Now let's talk about what happens in a write-back cache. Write-through is fairly simple. We just send writes to memory and the cache works just as we described it before. But for write-back caches, we can have a block that we did write since we last brought it from the memory. In that case, when we replace the block, we need to write it to memory. But we can have a block that we didn't write since we last brought it from memory. That block has only been read since we brought it in. In that case, when we replace, there is no need to write that block back to memory. But how do we know which one of these we have? One choice that we might make is that we don't want to know. We'll just write every time that we replace the block. Unfortunately, there is a lot of read-only stuff that we will now end up writing to memory over and over, although it's unnecessary. So instead, we choose to add a dirty bit to every block in the cache. The dirty bit says whether we have written the block since it was placed in the cache or not. So if the dirty bit is 0, it means that the block is clean or it was not written since it was last brought from memory. Or we can have the dirty bit be 1, in which case we say that the block is dirty or it was written since we last brought it from memory. And that means that we need to write this block back to memory on replacement. When this block is kicked out of the cache, it needs to be written to memory. If it's clean, then we don't have to write it to memory.